Hello everybody and welcome to the Tall Tales podcast. In today's episode, we have not one but two guests. Hello Sussie and Niels, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine too. Bit tired at this time of year, but I think there's a lot of people who are tired when it's so dark and rainy.
It did, yes, and foggy today.
Yeah.
Well, we are extremely happy to talk to you today about you, about Skáneyland and breeding in general. So for the people who don't know you, maybe can you present a bit yourself?
I have been an animal lover since I was a little girl and started with horses at 8 years. When I was 8, started riding. Bought my first Icelandic horse when I was 12. Just some kind of coincidence because all the girls in the village had ponies, and when I wanted to buy a horse, it happened to be an Icelandic horse.
So 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, of course, 10 years ago.
Yes, almost. Yes, give or take some years.
And after that, I went to farming school and learned a lot about animal breeding.
Okay.
So I think my interest started. And today we have this farm, Skáneyland.
Yes.
And of course I have use of my education in many times and many ways. So that's me.
Here we are. And you, Niels?
Yeah, I just had a person I worked with, and she wanted to build a stable, so I helped her, and this was early 80s, and I knew nothing about horses at all, but I was a carpenter. So we built the stable, and she had a riding school, and at the evening we started to ride, and I thought that, oh my God, this is just so fun. And I have been in it for more than 40 years now.
You bought your horse right away?
Yeah, it took 3 months, and all my friends said that you're completely crazy. You will sell it again. But that never happened.
And why an Icelandic horse? Was it because that was the only one?
No, that she had Icelandic horses,
right.
so that was just, by, what do you say, by accident or,
Yes.
By fortune.
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 Yeah.
Fortune, yeah.
How do you two met each other?
That was also fortune.
It was on Iceland in 87, 88, something like that.
Yep.
We were both working with horses on Iceland, and we had a friend in common that wrote to us that maybe you should meet.
Okay.
And we did, and we stayed together since that.
do you send that person flowers since then? Or?
She always mentioned this every time we meet.
Yes. Yeah, I bet I will do the same.
Yeah.
So you went to Iceland, you came back here, and did you directly build the farm, or you stayed somewhere else before? You bought the farm from Iceland?
No, we rented a little farm.
Okay.
And stayed there for... I took my horses home, and you took your horses here, 2 horses each.
Okay,
And that
from
farm,
Iceland?
No, from the horses we had here.
Yeah, to mention that I'm from Denmark. So,
Yes, sorry, I should have mentioned that. You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
so I had to move here to Sweden.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we, after renting this farm, we actually moved to Denmark for a year
Okay.
and moved there. We had our first child, Tobias, and we stayed in Denmark for 1 year.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to have a farm. We wanted to do some breeding and so on. We bought a really good mare, Rina Vigdis, when we lived in Denmark. After that, we wanted to start breeding. And we were looking for a farm in Denmark, but it was too expensive.
Okay.
So we found one, a little one in Sweden, not far from here, that we bought.
And this is where you are today?
No.
We lived there
moved
for,
again.
for 5 years, I think.
Okay.
And then we found this one.
Yeah, we outgrow it, so we had to have we didn't have so much land, and we didn't have so big stables, and there was not so much room. for breeding.
Okay. And when you came here, everything was ready to go, or
No.
nothing was ready to
Nothing
go.
was ready to go. It was just there was a lot of land.
Okay, good. It's good for horses.
And a lot of buildings, but everything has to be renovated.
Okay.
There was no warm water, no isolation, no electricity, old electricity.
No toilet.
No toilet. It's just
No nothing.
no nothing.
Okay, no toilet, nothing,
Yeah.
2 kids and horses.
Yeah.
Sounds like the good life.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It was the beginning of a dream.
Yes. And when was that?
1990.
96.
96. Okay. So
It's 30 years next
30
year.
years. Yes, 30 years ago. How many horses you had at that time? You had more than your 4 at the beginning, I guess.
Yes. We had Rinaren, Venus. Yeah, we had done some breeding. So
Yes.
we had some mares, and we had also the stallion Segull fra Skardi
Yes.
that we brought home from Iceland. 1991 we bought him
Okay.
and took him home. And he was actually working the money together for us so we could buy the farm. He was meeting some really nice mares, a lot of mares in the beginning, and all the money that he earned we put in this farm.
Yes, in the toilet first, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
No, first we had isolation and water and so on, but
Okay.
of course the
Of
toilet
course.
also.
Yes. Is the farm was already called Skáneyland?
No,
When did you start it? Do you remember?
88.
Yeah, we decided that we wanted to live here in Skåne.
Yes.
Yeah, at that time we lived in Denmark, but we
Yeah.
decided to live here in Skåne. We knew that we would breed horses here. So that's why we took the name. So it's Skåneland, first translated into Icelandic. So it's Skáneyland.
But you had the name not at the beginning. You had it after a while, or
Yeah, we had it with our first horse.
your first horse
First breeding, the first foal we bred.
was already Franz Skáneyland.
Yes.
Ah, that's cool.
88, 1988 was that.
What is the name of this one?
Løvi.
Hilda.
Nej, Hilda var først.
Hilda was first, and then 89 Lövi.
Did you keep them? You didn't keep all your horses that you bred, I guess.
No,
No.
of course not.
No, we didn't keep them.
No.
We barely keep any at all.
Yes.
So we only keep the breeding mares. Almost every other horse will be sold.
Will be so. Yes. I have a weird question, but maybe for breeder it's even weirder. When is the last time you bought a horse?
I just had to look it up. So
Yes.
we didn't buy horses for many, many years, but in 2022
Yes.
we bought a horse. And that was the stallion Dauti fra Skipaskaga.
Yes.
And that was because we wanted to have some new blood. And also Mette, our daughter, wanted a new competition horse. So we bought him together because her stallion was injured and would not be a competition horse. So we were looking for something else. And I saw him on Facebook in an advertisement. And I was thinking this will be something for Mette. And she also saw it and was... Yeah, a bit. Maybe this will be something for me.
He's a beautiful horse.
Yes, he is. So we bought him. We had him for 2 or 3 years. I don't remember. Mette was riding competition on him, and we were breeding with him.
Okay.
But then Mette started her education,
Yes.
so she had not the time to do competition anymore. So we sold him
Yes.
again.
To someone that we know, right?
Yes, Julia Christensen.
She's in love with this horse as well.
Yes, she is. So that felt very good. We
Yes.
felt very good about it.
And that's the last horse you bought.
Yes.
Quite a nice horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have another weird question. What is the favorite horse you rode in your career life? Do you have one horse that stick into your brain and say, that was such a fantastic horse?
No, there is not just one horse.
No?
It's
No,
impossible.
because all the horses are so different. Some has a really extremely nice character, and another one has really extremely good tölt. Or there can be so many different types of horses. So there's not only one, but of course, Rina, who is the basic mare of all our breeding, was really, really special and really good at that time. She was on the World Championship.
Yes.
And then, of course, Segul, who was on the Swedish Championships and having a lot of offsprings and really learned us, all about breeding and riding and, So those are really special.
And you, Susie, because I know you ride as well.
Yes, I do. And it's so hard to say because they are so special in different ways.
Absolutely.
Of course, Rina Victis was our, how do you say, stammoder.
The first
mother,
yes.
the big mother of all our horses, maybe. And of course, she was really fantastic when she was a riding horse. And now her daughter, Risla.
Yes.
I really love to ride her. Of course, she's so kind. Really want to do everything for you, and she had so good gaits that you can just sit and you are so comfortable on her. She would do nothing, and she always go forward and do her best. Certainly, from Skáneyland is.
I heard about him.
Yeah, when you sit on his back, you are.
In a dream world.
Yes. Yeah, you think you are flying. He's really wonderful a riding horse. Yes, he is.
I guess it's what is special a bit with the horses that you have. Beautiful gait, but the mind as well.
Yeah.
The character that they have. I guess you remember that as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and that's of course is really, really important. If the horse is not with you, it's just difficult and not even fun.
Are you also, when you breed, are you thinking about character as well?
Yeah, a lot.
Yes,
a lot. But of course, it's if you don't know the stallion, if you see a stallion that you think, wow, this I really want to breed with, and it's a young one, and maybe no siblings and so on. It's hard to know the character, of course. But you can also ask a lot of other people what they have.
Is it the type of question you will ask? Is like, okay, I see his bloop, I see the breeding assessment, but how about his character? Is it the type of question you are asking?
Yeah,
yes?
Yeah, and also ask people we know if they know any offspring too.
Right.
So we can just ask how are the offsprings.
Okay, and that gives you a good indication on what he gives to his offspring, I guess.
Yeah, and if he has siblings, maybe you can go in on Worldfinger and see how is the judgment of those, and are they competing, or you can see a lot of information on Worldfinger, of course. So you can see if he has siblings, when are they judged, and how are they judged, and so on. And you can ask people you know from Iceland and from Denmark, and other people, you know.
Yes, exactly. So just because, we will talk about breeding a bit later, but what is a day or a week of Sussie and Niels in Skáneyland looks like?
Working.
Okay,
it's not 9 to 5.
No, it's
No.
Is it 9 to 9?
Some days it is, of course.
Yeah, we have no employees, so we do all the work ourselves. So we feed the horses and ride them and
clean the stable
and doing all the fencing
mending
and
fences
all that. We just decided many years ago that we would not like to have employees. Just to do it ourselves.
To do yourself.
Yeah.
And because I know a bit, you also have sheep.
Yes, we have sheep.
Yeah, we have this big nature preserving area.
Yes.
So we need to have two kind of animals for the grazing. So in the spring we have a lot of lambs, and of course that also is a lot of job, but also fun.
Really funny. I grew up with sheep.
Okay.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle, they had 120 ewes with lamb, and they were at the farm next to my parents. So it was... Yeah, when we had to choose between cows and sheep, it was no question for me.
Because they are grazing in different ways.
All right. because you put the horses there as well. How did you started with Drachenmeulen? Was it when you started Skáneyland, or it just happened at some point because you needed land, maybe? Or?
No, it just happened at some point because we had our young horses there.
Okay.
With the farmer that has it before us, so we rented from the government. And we said to him that when you will go into pension, we would like to rent it. And that, of course, is extremely good for the horses because it's a lot of hillside and it's up and down and it's really big. It's 165 hectares.
Okay.
So the horses can run free in big herds.
You can find them easily?
Sometimes it takes some time. But I go there every day and check all the horses and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have horses there at the moment, right?
No, it's only in the summertime.
It's only in the summertime.
It's not allowed to have animals there in the winter.
Okay.
Because
to preserve also the ground,
you are not
Yeah,
allowed to feed animals there because then you are putting something onto fertilizer. You can call it what you want, but we take them home during the winter.
And they are right across the road at the moment?
In our forest, yes.
Yeah, so we have a forest and we have all the mares and the young mares there.
And the sheep.
And the sheep also, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you if you can describe a bit. You have the main farm where we are recording the episode.
Yeah.
You have across the road, you have a little forest with then what you said, Niels, like the mares and the foals. And you have summer fields.
Yes, up in Everett too.
Everett.
We are renting.
Yes.
And there we have the stallions in the summer.
Yes.
But they're also here in a winter paddock, or what you call it, with a house during the winter. So all horses are home during the winter, and all the sheep are home. And the sheep dogs are also home.
Yes, you also have dogs.
Yeah.
Of course, you need to have dogs.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
What kind of dogs it is?
It is border collies.
Border collies.
Yes. Yeah.
The smartest breed.
Yeah.
Do you breed them as well?
We have bred. We had 4 litters. 4 litters. Yes.
4 liters.
So we have bred quite many.
And you
puppies.
work with them, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And they are very comfortable with the horses as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we use them for the sheep.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes for the horses in the summer.
Yeah.
When we have mares for covering.
Yes.
If they have foals, the dogs really like to help us to get the foals to follow the mares into the paddock where we do the covering. So
Good.
they are really working with them too.
Yeah, those are working dogs, so you need to stimulate them in a way. You mentioned World Championship. Can you describe a bit how come you went there, with whom?
It was Rina Vigdis that we bought in Denmark. You were showing her.
Yeah,
You were showing her.
Yeah, I was showing her. At that time, it was more normal that the breeders did that themselves.
Okay.
Or the owners.
The owners. So we showed her ourselves.
Yes.
And she was actually third in her breeding class.
Okay.
So of course that was really kickstart for us in the breeding.
It's a good start.
It's a really good start.
But of course you can say that she was competing for Denmark.
Yeah, she was bred in Denmark because we bought her in Denmark when we lived there.
She was born in Denmark, and also was competing with the Danish team.
All right. Yeah. Did you expect it still to have her third in World Championship, or was it a surprise?
We didn't know, and it was so new with this breeding show at World Championship. So we really, it was in 1991. It was really new, and we didn't know what to expect.
Yes. Did you participate to other competition? We're going to talk about someone from last year.
But also Rina's daughter, Risla, was on the World Championship in 2007.
All right. Did you show her, Niels?
No. At that time, we started to use professional breeding showers.
Okay.
And it was Johan Hector who showed her.
Yes.
So we broke her in when she was 4, and we just thought immediately, this is a really, really good horse. This is something extra special.
Okay.
And she was, every day we ride her, she was better.
Wow.
Yeah, and that is not so normal.
What you would expect is good, bad, good, bad, I guess. Yes.
Exactly. But she wasn't like that. And she was just doing, we did one thing one day, and then we could do it next day, and then we did another.
And we can also say it was the first horse that Mette broke in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she did that.
Oh, wow. Can you, is it okay if I ask the question about the showing horses? You mentioned you showed your first horses, and now it's a professional that show horses.
Yeah.
Can you explain a bit maybe the reason why, or is it so specific, or?
Yeah, it is really, it is special.
Okay.
And of course, if you come on this higher level also, I will get nervous.
Yes,
because it is a lot of pressure.
Yes.
And those who are showing horses, like last years we have used Agner
Yes.
from Denmark. And, he has showed like 1,000 horses in World Finger.
Yes.
So it's, they're just so much more experienced.
Yes.
So we do all the training, we break in and we train and we learn the horses everything.
Yes.
And he comes and try the horses for a few times over the winter. And then he come and show them.
And I guess it's a special set of skills because it's not his horse. I guess also maybe it's
No, but you can also
pressure.
see this in trot and
Yes.
in
Okay.
gallop, of course. All those
That
horses.
owners don't show their own horses.
No, they have special trainers, and then they have riders. The trainer doesn't ride drive or ride those horses
Yes.
in the competition.
Okay.
They have special
It's
riders.
a special set of
Yeah.
it's a type of rider, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's much about the experience. And of course, also, he has tried the horses a few times
Yes.
over the winter, and he know how we are riding and how we train the horses, so he know what he can expect. And this is really common in Iceland, but it's not so common here out in Europe.
In Europe, you will tend to
You send your horse to a trainer and have them there for many months.
Okay.
But we have chosen to do it this way instead.
Inspired by Iceland, then?
Yeah, you could say.
Yeah, and also inspired by saving some money, maybe.
And also one more thing, not to forget that we have the horses just for fun. We ride for fun.
Indeed.
So we just love to ride young horses and learn them all the things.
Even after so many years, so many horses ridden, is still fun for you?
Yep,
Yes?
it is.
Did you ever count it, the amount of horses you bred?
Yeah, how many we bred?
Yes.
I did today because
You did? Yes,
I
it
knew
was
this
one of my
question.
questions.
Yeah,
Yes.
I knew this question would come. So I think it was 119 with the name Skáneyland. So yes.
And Niels, did you rode 119 Skáneyland horses?
No, not all, because sometimes we sell young horses, but
Yeah, we sell them as foals sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
but it has been a lot of, and of course also other horses from other breeders.
Yes.
So it has been a lot of horses throughout the years.
When you have horses, you start them as well. What is the process behind it? Do you have your own system, or you have...
Yeah, we have a system.
Yes.
And I don't think our system is not different from other
From
ones.
others?
We do a lot of groundwork. First
Yes.
we are launching, and then we go with them with the rein, and we learn them everything from the ground. Yeah. So when we first mount, it will be no surprise for them.
Got you.
So there will be no tension and no problems like that. And also the horses simply just know what to do.
Yes.
So when we start to ride, they kind of can everything already.
They just need to put back the pieces that you teach them from the ground with a rider, I guess. I was about to ask, when do you start them?
Often there is a lot of discussions about this. When should you start a horse? And we start the horses at 3.5 years, and we ride or train them for 6 weeks.
6 weeks, and then after it's a break, right?
Yeah, it's a break
6 weeks
again
break,
for 6 weeks.
Yes.
And we do that until they are 5 years old.
Right. Okay.
So we train them and then have a rest and train again, and they will be stronger and stronger over time.
Yes.
And maybe the 6 weeks, it could be 5 weeks, or it
Yes.
could be 7 weeks. It depends on the horse,
On
of
the
course.
horse. Yes, those are animals, right?
Yeah,
It's
yes.
Not it's not a car that you're building. It's
No.
it's a living animal.
Yes.
Where can we find Skáneyland horses in the world? In Sweden,
Sweden, of course.
Yes.
Denmark.
Denmark, yes,
Germany.
Germany, okay.
Belgium.
Yes, Belgium, yes.
Yes.
Was it the first horse that you sold to Belgium lately?
No, the
No,
second.
the second, okay.
To the same family.
Okay.
To the same family, of course. Yeah. Yes, and that's really, really nice.
Yeah?
A family that has jumping horses.
Okay.
A big stable with very good jumping horses, and they also have horses in their stable that are paying for be there. So they have about 60 horses on the farm,
Okay.
and now they have also 3 Icelandic horses.
Yes, and 2 of them are
Skáneyland, yes.
Icelandic horses have a way to catch you. I think they are like they have a character that is so different from other horses.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about breeding. We mentioned it a bit about character, but can you explain a bit how do you pair a mare and a stallion? I don't know how to say it any other way.
It's it's what we like. We just think, if we go to competitions and if we go to, of course, Landsmot
Yes.
on Iceland, you see a lot of horses.
Yes.
And we are also following on World Finger and all those movies, videos, and so from the
Yes.
breeding shows and that's where
Sometimes you just see a horse
and you
that
say,
is, wow, I would like to have that one in my stable.
Really, this is
Yeah.
it's like shopping online or.
and in the real.
I mean, this is what they do breeding show, right? It's to show the.
Now you can do it online, but I can tell you that in the beginning, when we started breeding, there were only books. Books. We could see. We went
Like
to
stable books or some
books, stallion books.
stallion books. Sorry.
Yeah, and also books about all the mares that have been evaluated on Iceland.
Okay.
And you really thick books, and you were with them in your bed, and you were reading and looking at pictures and evaluations and so on. That was before World Finger and all internet. You were always reading those books
Wow.
with pictures, and you learned all the stallions, the numbers and the names and everything.
And then what are you looking at when you were looking at now in Warfinger? What are the first criteria? So let's say you look at a breeding show, you see, this horse look great. Then you will go to Warfinger, for instance, and look at the lineage and those kind of things.
The pedigree,
the
of course.
pedigree.
Yeah, the pedigree is really important.
Okay.
Because it gives you some kind of secure that when you breed with a stallion that has a good pedigree,
Yes.
he will give it with it to give it on to his offspring.
Do you look at the bloop?
Yeah, of course. But also, you can say that those stallions that we like, they really...
They end up having good bloop, I guess.
Yes, they do. And you also look at the mother of the stallion
Okay.
and see what does she have, any other offsprings that are evaluated. And you look further back in the lines and see what had
The bloodline is really important.
You're like the stalker of Warfinger.
you can say so. You can
Yes,
say so.
yes, but that's I guess it's important, like you said. It's like it cannot be just a one-off. Okay, he is a great horse, but you will try to see where does he come from, and if there is other offspring that show the same potential. I guess.
Yeah, and of course, choose with your heart.
Always.
Yeah,
Yes.
always. You should like it. You shouldn't just go for the numbers. You should also have a kind of when you see the horse on the movie or in real life is the best. Of course, you should feel it.
Do you go regularly to Landsmot, for instance, or Iceland? Do you happen to go every 3-4 years or those kind of things?
Landsmot, we try to go as often as we can.
Okay.
Yeah, it was only on COVID.
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise,
okay.
we have been on the most Landsmots,
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
And then also, you see the horses and so like 5 years later you see the offsprings, and then 5 years later you see another one, and then suddenly you have all these bloodlines in your head, so you know what kind of horses you like and what kind of bloodline you like.
Does it happen that you see a horse now and you're like, oh yeah, I remember seeing his father and his grandfather?
Yeah,
Yes?
of course.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
yes.
You recognize them sometimes? No, not as...
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Sometimes.
Some stallions are really giving special type of horses, so you can clearly see that they are from them.
Okay. I remember we had discussion back in the day about the importance of mare. How important is to have good mares in your breeding?
Very important.
The mare is just half of it.
Is it more than half or it's half of it?
Yeah, you can
think
breed
she's
with
more-
all the good stallions, but if you doesn't have a good mare,
Yes.
then you just have a half good pedigree.
Yeah, you have to have a good mare. Also, a good mare to take care of the foal,
Yes.
and also how is she raising her foal? They
wow.
they will be very much like their mother. How they're raising them.
Oh, they're raising them.
Yeah,
Okay.
how they are really. You can see. We can also see now if we are loading some horses on the transport and we hear them donk, 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 donk with their hoofs. Okay, this is someone from Rina.
Oh, do you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
So,
Because she does that, or because she let
did,
the
she
horse?
did that. She did that, and
Okay.
also Risla is doing it, and Isold is doing it, and yeah, it's quite fun.
Do you look at color? Because
Yeah,
yes,
of course you can do that. If it's a really good horse,
yes,
and you can choose.
okay,
I like, for example, I like black, and you can have those equal good horses. There's a red and a black.
yes,
Then, of course, I will take the black.
okay. So you pay attention to that.
Yes.
And competition, if they competed as not only breeding show, but do you look at competition? Okay, in Landsmot or Mr. Diving.
Yeah, it's in the competition you can see how the horses really...
The mind of them.
yeah.
Yes,
Because when you see them in the breeding show, there are normally 5 or 6.
yes,
And then in competitions, they may be 8 or more.
yes.
So you can see if they can take all the training in a good way, or if they... if a young horse is really good when they are 5, and then you never see them again because they cannot be ridden.
Or,
okay.
or maybe they're just bred.
Or maybe
Is it a
they're
mare?
just-
So
Yes.
I
Okay.
understand
yeah, the
why.
mares often, if you have a good mare, you
Yes.
almost never see them again.
No, they will compete maybe 1 or 2 times and then go in breeding.
Yeah.
yeah. What are the breeding assessment age? What time you can show a horse?
You can start when they are 4.
4.
So you can go on forever if you want. But the normal thing is that most horses are showed 5 or 6 years old, and sometimes if they're really good, you of course will try to show them again.
Okay.
And the average here in Sweden is just over 6 years, and the
Okay.
average in Iceland is a little under 5 years, I think. So it's quite a big difference. They show much more young horses in Iceland
All right.
than we do here.
Okay. Is it because this is how it is in Iceland, and or there is a reason for that?
Yeah, they have so many breeding shows. So if you
Yes.
have a good horse, you can go to a breeding show, and if you feel that this is a good day, you show them, and if you feel this is not a good day, then you
The next time.
next time, and you can do that in Iceland. But here in Sweden, we have it's 5 breeding shows, I think. So you have
A year
a year.
for the entire Sweden.
Yeah. So if we say we will go to a breeding show, we can go either here in Skåne or we can go to the middle or the north of Sweden.
Yep.
Once every spring and then one in the autumn.
And you tend then to prepare the horse more then, I guess, because you cannot just say...
you have to do it that day.
Yes. Or you wait 6 months, or maybe not 6 months.
Yeah. Mm.
I'm asking that because last year you showed a horse, a 4-year-old, which is Starly.
Yes.
Can you talk to us a bit about future wonderful horse? Because he has quite a lineage. You even mentioned his father.
Yes, I
before.
did. Yes, I did. He's out of Sørtli from Skáneyland, that belongs to our daughter Mette, and out of Risla, who was at the World Championship in 2007 in Eindhoven, and he was really. He was as nice as his mother, Risla.
Yes.
Yeah, he was. They're not so much... he was, of course, very well built, but the gaits, Risla didn't show very much gaits when she was not on the saddle.
Okay.
No, so we didn't... Yeah, okay, maybe. But also Mette started him. And he's quite big, 146. And she started him in the autumn when he was 3.5, and then he was resting for a while. And then she went to her school and took him with her to train him up at that place. And then she came home and she said, maybe you should come with me down in the wood and you can take some film and so on and see what you think.
All right.
And he didn't tell it when she took him up.
No, he was still so young.
He was still so young, so she hadn't started to...
And she started it, like it's her who started him and educated him.
Yeah, this was the second period he was ridden.
Okay. So he was ridden...
6 weeks and resting...
6 weeks.
6 weeks, and this was the next period.
Okay.
And then we went down to the wood and she was riding back and forwards on the road, and we filmed and we said, yeah, this is quite good.
Yes.
So we said, yeah, maybe we can show him this year. We will see if it will be possible. And yes, and then we had some training with Agnar.
Yes.
And he was not at home because he was up with Mette.
Okay.
And we showed him the video and asked, what do you think? Yeah, I think I can show this, he said. And then he had some resting, and then she started again. And then we showed him, and we were thinking, yeah, maybe it's something 780 or something he could. He's just 4 years, and we have not put some pressure on him at all. He's just doing what he's
still young.
Yeah, what he can, and it was just for fun, maybe we can call it, because.
And Agnar tried him 3 times, and he said that I can absolutely show this on the breeding show.
Where was the breeding show? That was next to here, right?
Yeah, here in Margrethehof.
Yes.
So it's just 10 minutes from here.
And what was the result? We are all at the edge of our seat.
836.
836.
836 total.
And
that's the highest. What is the because
the 4-year-old stallion in Sweden ever?
Here we go.
Yeah, yeah. The hair on my arms are racing every time I talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you were expecting something? I mean, coming from Sørtli, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, he was really, really nice when he was a foal. He was beautiful and also this really friendly and, never tension or never something like that.
So again, character.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when Mette started to ride him, he almost immediately got a really good balance. So it's just easy for him to do it. And with this good character, he never says, no, I don't want to do this. He always says, yes, this is okay.
That's why you have to watch out. So you won't do too much
Yes,
just to take care of him.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, for the first periods, she ride him like 2 times a week. Then she was running with him and doing some groundwork and launching and things like that. So she really
She's
was-
really taking care of him.
Yes, to make
She
sure.
is, yeah,
You
really.
plan to show him in the future again?
Yes, we hope so. If everything goes as
Yes.
we want it to be, we will try to do it
Yes.
again. Of course, he's now here home at our farm,
Okay.
having a long rest.
Yes, holidays
Yes, holiday again.
in the beautiful weather of Skåne.
Yeah, but at least he can go on grass every day. That's not so. That's
Winter grass.
Winter grass. And into his house during the night, and Mette will come and get him in a couple of weeks, I think,
Okay.
and start him again.
All right. I think I used all my questions for today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Susie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Niels.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. We will come back very soon with a new episode. In the meantime, do not hesitate to share this episode. Before leaving you, we would like to mention that you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more news and stories. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.